When I first saw this Saturn 360 inflatable boat at my neighbor Keith's house, it looked finished. It was deflated, covered in dirt and pine needles, and it had experienced years of neglect. It was more scrap than vessel at that point. But Keith offered it to me anyways, and in this tight-knit community here in Montgomery, Texas, gifts like this often carry more than they appear. So, with the help of my dad, I hauled it home to Lochside Ranch, which is just up the street from Keith's house. And my vision is that this boat will become more than just mine. This boat will carry fishermen out at dawn. It will give lake lovers a way to explore, and it will offer those who come to Lochside Ranch to camp for the Renaissance Festival, the Texas Renaissance Festival, a quiet retreat after a day of music and costumes and crowds. And from the noise of all of our busy lives to the silence of the lake, that's the freedom that I want to share with this boat. But before that freedom comes the trial. And the trial is we got to get this boat in ready shape and make it safe. And it has some leaks, which Keith told me about. So I began by scrubbing off the aluminum floor panels, and then I unrolled the heavy body of this boat out in the yard. And with a borrowed compressor that my dad loaned to me, I started trying to inflate it. And almost immediately, I learned why Keith had passed it along. It was leaking from multiple places. Also, to complicate things, I found that the compressor was also leaking from where the hose attached to the nipple of the compressor. And to make matters even worse, the fitting of the boat, where you actually connect the compressor to the boat, those fittings were not locking in. So we had all these issues. And every time I tried to fill one side up, it sagged and it would lose air. And hours were slipping by as I tried to inflate this boat. So I was kind of alternating between scrubbing the boat with soapy water and cleaning it, spraying it clean, and fighting to keep the air inside. And slowly, the boat began to emerge out of that grime, and I could see the bright red and the white, and it started coming back to life a little bit. By the way, I just want to pause. If you would like to see this boat journey unfold, please subscribe to the channel. Every trial and victory here at Lochside Ranch is part of a bigger story, and I'd love for you to walk it with me. Anyways, back to the boat. My frustration was growing with this boat. The port side, which is the kind of left-hand side if you're looking towards the front of the boat, it refused to stay full. And even the starboard side and the front of the boat had small leaks as well. But I kept trying to clean it, and I kept trying to inflate that port side, and man, it just would not work. I tried lifting it up as well on a ladder at first, and then onto this trailer to spray it out a little bit and clean it more. But it was just kind of a losing battle. My father came over towards the end of this whole exercise, and we looked at the seams together. We talked about what was going on. He shared his ideas, and we kind of formulated a game plan. So that was the end of this day, and I have a very clear plan for what I need to do tomorrow, which is I need to get this boat up, lift it up on like a cradle so that I can look at the bottom of the boat and assess it and spray it with water and spray some soapy water on it to find the leaks, and then we can attempt to repair it. So anyways, that's what has happened thus far with this boat. I'm very excited about it, and this is what progress looks like, okay? It's a chamber at a time, half-inflated chamber at a time. We're cleaning it up, and this gift is waiting for second life, but every step forward carries the promise of transformation. So this boat will float again, I believe, and it will carry me and others out onto Lake Conroe. It will carry the guests from Lochside Ranch, those fishermen, those campers, those travelers, those Texas Renaissance Festival goers out onto the lake and I think it's going to be great. So, by the way, if you would like to experience Lochside Ranch, you can visit lochsideranch.com. You can follow the links in the description. You can email camp@lochsideranch.com and plan your stay. Because here at Lochside Ranch, the story is not just mine, it is yours as well. I'll see you soon. There's a playlist, and we will continue to get this boat in tip-top ship shop shape. See you on the next video.